All right, testing, testing, one, two, three. Test, 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 test. All right, now I know you can hear me there. Hey, Golden Child. Welcome back to my channel. I am about to try something new today. I'm going to see if this actually works. Okay, nope, can't do that, but that's fine. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to my new subscribers here on my channel. You are absolutely amazing. Run it up. Okay, continue to run it up. Continue to watch. Continue to share. Continue to subscribe. I am so grateful for each and every like, each and every comment, each and every view, each and every share. Like everything is literally like I'm celebrating. So thank you so much. I know it's been a little minute since I've been here for Book Talk Tuesday, but I'm back. Okay. I know life has been full on. Okay. I'll say full on. I try not to say busy because I'm not really busy. I'm hungry right now. So if you can hear my stomach, I apologize. But I will be going to eat after this. That's a little bit of the reason why I did this early. I just finished putting up my laundry and now I'm here with you all. So I wanted to come on and do Book Talk Tuesday because it's been a minute. And if you've been around for the book talks, we have been discussing the book Happy Pocket Full of Money. And I really honestly and truly probably like need to get back into this right now with everything that's been going on with life in general. So I'm here for Book Talk Tuesday. And I'm here because I love books, like so much so that it had been like a lifelong dream for me to publish my own book until I actually did it in 2018 when I self-published my first book. Like I have always been a avid reader, even from a young child. I've always been an avid reader, so books have literally been a huge part of my life, my entire life since I started to be able to read. I think at age 3 or 4. Um, but I literally like when I'm reading, I immerse myself into the book like I'm having a conversation with the person that wrote the book. Like it's that deep, okay? So when it comes to having these book talks, this came from in last year. Was it last year now? It might have been last year, y'all. Just the way that my life goes and timelines, I'm not always good with time unless I'm like looking at the date or looking at something that I wrote. But I did a book talk on my first book that I self-published in 2018, sometime last year. And after doing that, it was an amazing experience. I got some amazing feedback. I was like, this is so good. Like, I don't want to stop. So for my YouTube channel, I implemented this Book Talk Tuesday where we come together and we discuss the books that we're reading. And last month I switched over to a Happy Pocket Full of Money. I was doing psycho-cybernetics, which I'll probably bring back eventually as well. But Happy Pocket Full of Money is aligned with where my life has been, with what I've been talking about, with what I've been learning, with what I've been implementing in my life in general. So and last month's topic was right in line with this, but this month our topic is just be. It's really just be, but it's you'll see it as the power of your presence. Yes, that is the topic for this month. Everything that I post isn't everything that I share on my YouTube channel isn't always like specifically geared toward the topic for the month, but um I just wanted to share that. But behind the scenes, there have been a lot of things happening. I am back on Instagram and I'm back on Facebook. Shout out to my new VA Demi who got me back on those social media platforms because I was off for a very, very long time. I don't even know how long I was off, but it's been months and months and months since I've been on those platforms. I didn't even have the apps on my phone. So, if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, or you're on YouTube, you are on YouTube, but if you're on Facebook and you're on Instagram, that is a platform where I'll be sharing specifically about the support that I provide as a holistic pregnancy and birth doula, as well as human design. So those are the two things that you'll be hearing about mainly over there. I will be going live there once a week, usually on Wednesdays, depending on how life goes, depending on how my schedule goes. Um, the Golden Child Book Camp is open and available for enrollment. So if you're looking to self-publish a book yourself, reach out to me and I can send you the link to the Golden Child Boot Camp. It's an 8-week group program, where I walk you through the process of going from manuscript, or even if you just have an idea for what you want to do, to being prepared to self publish, or depending on where you are in your process, actually self publishing during that 8-week process. I had a client that self published in 2 weeks. So it really does not take as long as people might think. So yes, back to the reason why we're here, the book talk. For this week, we're talking about Speak and Plan Your Way to Wealth. I have a pocket full of money, chapter 5 and 6. Um, so I did my intro. I'm looking at my notes. So if I'm looking up and down, that's why. If you're here live, or even if you're watching a replay, feel free to drop in the chat or the comment section. Let us know your word and one word that describes how you feel about the book that you're reading, or a book that you read recently, and then drop the book that you read. So I would love to hear that. How this works is I do a chapter summary with quotes. This is different from how I was doing it before, because it was chapter summary and then I would do quotes. But now I'm combining it to try to make these a little bit shorter, just to give you a snippet of the book. If you want to go out and get it, or if you want to continue the conversation, feel free to do that in the chat or the comment section. Um, so I'll be doing that, and then I will open the floor for if anyone wants to share their responses to what I've shared. Then I'll make some announcements, and then I'll close out with affirmation and thank you for being here. So that's how this flows. So I will go into the um chapter summary for chapter 5 and the quotes that stood out to me from this chapter. Let me check the chat to make sure I'm not missing anything. Alrighty. So, chapter 5, Thinking and Speaking, the instructions of and for your life. Your words shape your world. Every word you speak is an instruction to the universe. The way we talk about ourselves and our circumstances either limits us or opens new doors. Speaking faith, abundance, and possibility helps shape reality in our favor. Okay? So the quote was, look, because this is something new, I'm like, my brain is processing it differently. So the quote was, every word you speak is an instruction to the universe. So the next point is, thought precedes manifestation. And the quote from the book is, thoughts are things. They create and attract just as surely as seeds grow into plants. Okay, listen, be mindful of what you say. You got to be mindful of your words. What we dwell on internally eventually shows up externally. Mindfulness about our self talk and beliefs is essential. Okay. Point number 3 from chapter 5, be deliberate and positive. Speak only what you want, never of what you do not want. Okay, I'm going to read that quote again. Okay. Speak only of what you want, never of what you do not want. Focusing on problems feeds them energy. Focusing on solutions and desires draws them closer. Okay, so those were the 3 points from chapter 5. Which one of those stood out the most to you? You know, for me, it was to be deliberate and positive quote. Okay, that one I had to read twice. Chapter 6 is on goals, the roadmap to and in wealth. Point number 1, clarity creates power. Quote, a goal is a clearly defined end result on your mind, written down and felt as real. End quote. If you can hear my stomach, I'm so sorry. My friends will be talking about me real bad right now because I don't be eating enough. But it's a work in progress, I promise. Wealth and success don't happen by accident. Intentional goal setting is key. And I literally live by this because any of my accountability partners know, anybody that's close to me knows when it comes to goal setting, I do not play. When it comes to intention settings, I do not play. I sit down at the end of each month and set goals for the next month. And the goals that I set, I write them out. I use a project management tool called Asana. I write them down. And every week, every day, well, for the week, I pick out the task that I'm going to focus on for the week. And then every day I go back and look at the list of things that I've picked out for the week. And a lot of this is intuitively guided, but I also use a lot of muscle testing, which is tuning into your intuition, but giving you a tangible yes or no response. So I do that, and I'm so productive, y'all. I am so freaking productive. Even right now, being on here at this time, as opposed to the time that I was scheduled to do it, was because I checked in and see what was next for me to do, and this came up. So I'm here. Okay. But if you want to learn more about that, book a discovery call with me. Okay. So we can talk about how I can support you with being more intuitively guided, with eliminating the decision fatigue, and really working on goals that are aligned for your life, for your calling, and that lights you up. Because a lot of times we're setting goals and doing things and achieving things that aren't aligned with what we even want to do. So I done went off on a tangent. But point number 3, visualize, uh, write down your goals. Quote, writing your goals makes them physical and begins the process of creation. End quote. Putting your dreams on paper signals to your subconscious that you are serious, and it sets unseen forces in motion. Okay. Writing your goals down or typing your goals down, writing, they say it does something a little different. It doesn't make a difference for me. So you kind of got to play around with it, whether you need to write it down physically on a piece of paper, or like for me, I type it in my Asana. But you're not the only one or the only force behind your goals. You're not the only thing or energy behind working on your goals or achieving your goals. God, source, universe, higher power, that is also in play in getting the energy and motion and doing the work behind your goals being achieved. So it's not just you, especially when you write it down, that's letting God, source, universe know this is what I'm trying to achieve. And that's a real step in faith to say, like, this is what I want to accomplish. This is what I'm going to accomplish. And this is putting it out there for the unseen forces to do the work as well. Point number 3, visualize and feel your goals. Quote, feel your goals as already accomplished, and the universe will work to bring them to you. End quote. Emotion and visualization activate the creative process, making manifestation quicker and more enjoyable. That brings up a whole nother point. In human design, there are 2 different types of manifestation. You can either be a specific manifester or a non-specific manifester. If you are a specific manifester, writing out more specific goals will be more supportive for you. For the non-specific manifester, writing out your goals in a way that is in tune with how you will feel once you accomplish that goal, really setting intentions, really feeling what it would feel like to achieve that goal, that'll be more supportive for you than setting like a specific financial goal to say, oh, I want to hit a 10K month or I want to hit a 30K month. That is not as supportive for you as saying, um, I intend to feel wealthy and abundant, and really leaning into that feeling now in the present when it comes to the life that you desire to manifest for yourself. So, if you have any more questions about that, feel free to book a human design reading with me and we can talk further about that so you can find out what your specific manifestation type is, because it is a game changer. Number 4 from chapter 6 is review and adjust regularly. Your goals, quote, your goals are living things. Review and update them as they grow, unquote. As we evolve, so do our desires. Revisiting goals keeps them relevant and alive. And this is why, for me, being a manifesting generator in human design, I don't plan out more than a month. I used to do yearly goals. I used to set 5-year goals. I used to set, 3-year, 1 year. I may go up to quarterly, but my focus is usually my monthly goals. And it differs for the different human design types. So when it comes to setting goals, revisiting them and refreshing them and seeing what's most aligned for you, what's a yes and what's a no when it comes to setting your goals and how far out, it varies from person to person, from energy type to energy type, from profile to profile. So don't allow how somebody else sets and achieves goals dictate how you set and achieve your goals, because you're an individual. You're a unique individual, and what works for somebody else is likely not going to work for you. Some parts of it may, but it's important for you to have the unique insight into how you're designed to set and achieve goals. Let me check the chat. Alrighty. So those were the points and the quotes from the book, the potent points from the book, a summary of chapters 5 and 6. So I want to hear from you. If you're here live or if you are watching the replay, I want to hear which one of these quotes or points stood out to you the most. And I also want to hear your goals. What are some goals that you're working on? How can I support you with achieving your goals? Um, so those are my two questions. Let me know what quotes stood out to you the most, and how can I support you with achieving your goals? What goals are you working on? So I'm back. I know, I'm back. I will be back next Tuesday for our next episode of Book Talk Tuesday this week. Um, I already did my lives over on Instagram and Facebook, just really reintroducing myself, letting people know what's going on, letting people know what they can expect to see from me moving forward. On my Facebook and my LinkedIn page, LinkedIn. I'm all over the place, y'all. Had to take a deep breath, okay, and gather myself. Okay. um so Wednesdays moving forward, I already go live on LinkedIn. Eventually I will be upgrading my StreamYard to be able to stream to multiple platforms at the same time. But right now it's one at a time. Once my social media starts to generate more income, then I will combine them. So you might see me go live on Facebook and Instagram at the same time. LinkedIn will be a little different because my focus is different for LinkedIn than Instagram and Facebook, but it's a work in progress. Here on Wednesday, I'll be doing a reel for both Wednesday. Thursday will be Thirsty Thursday, a reel as well, but I think it'll be a little bit of a longer reel. So stay tuned for that. And then Friday, of course, is our Freedom Fridays podcast, where I will be talking about the subject of the month, which is the power of your presence. If you want to go more in depth and read about the topic for this month, go to jaleesahardy.com/blog. And the latest blog is up there. I do a blog every single month about the topic for the month as well. So, and then this Friday, yes, is the Self-Publishing Made Easy Masterclass. I'm so excited about this masterclass because it is something that I've been working on behind the scenes for probably like 3 months now, with shifting and changing and revamping how I do my presentation specifically for the self-publishing aspect of my business. I've been working with my business coach, and he's gathering me and getting me together when it comes to my presentations. So I'm excited for this one to get the feedback and to get a feel for this new way of doing things when it comes to my presentations. So that's Friday. If you want to sign up for that, go to jaleesahardy.com/events, and it is there for you to sign up to attend. um but that's all I have. I am going to close with a affirmation. Let me check the chat before I do that. And then I'm going to close with an affirmation. And this affirmation I will actually post. I will copy and paste and post in the chat of this video. Never mind, because it is too long. Okay, I'll just delete that part. That'll work. And I will pin it. I don't know if this is going to say on the video once it's, I don't know, but there's a quote. My words and thoughts are powerful. I speak abundance, clarity, and purpose into my life. My goals are clear, alive, and already manifesting. I am a creator, and my wealth is unfolding now. So, again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself. Thank you so much for showing up for me. Until next time, if nobody told you today, I love you, I see you, and I'm so proud of you. Keep speaking life and moving boldly towards your dreams. All right, see you in the next video. Peace.